Kiri the Foodie. Thanks for joining me. Today we are making my spicy Korean rosé sauce for dumplings. This is actually one of my most viral videos on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, really every platform, and it's so incredibly easy. The great thing about this sauce too is you don't have to use it for dumplings like I'm going to show you how to do in this video. You can also use it as the base for a pasta sauce. You can use it for really any type of noodle. If you want, you can also throw tteokbokki in there as well, which are Korean rice cakes. It's honestly up to you. It's super versatile and really addicting. It's so good. So let's get started. Okay guys, now for this recipe, these are the main ingredients. So I'm going to run down the line and explain what each of these are and what they provide for the dish. Now first we have heavy cream. This is honestly the star of the show with the dish. It adds a creamy base of the rosé aspect of the sauce and it mellows out the spice of the gochujang as well. All right, next we have water. This is just to thin out the sauce a little bit more, and it's also going to help prevent the sauce from becoming too thick or clumpy. Next we have garlic. I always recommend fresh garlic, but guys, recently, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually 31 weeks pregnant right now, and so buying fresh garlic just doesn't sound great because the smell of it makes me a little nauseous, so we're using the pre-minced stuff from the grocery store. Then next we have gochujang along with the heavy cream. This is also the star of the show. This adds a lot of spice and flavor. If you're not familiar with gochujang, it is a Korean chili paste and it is so good. I add it to seriously everything from noodles to dumplings and it always adds great flavor. Okay, next we have soy sauce. Soy sauce is great because it balances out the spiciness and the creaminess with some savory flavors, and I love this brand. It's called Yamaroku. A little goes a long way. You can see that it's really dark and concentrated. I love this stuff. All right, then lastly we have honey. You can also use sugar, brown sugar, whatever floats your boat. You can also use maple syrup, whatever you have on hand and is easiest for you. The honey is essential because we have all of these savory and kind of spicy ingredients. We need a little sweetness in there to balance everything out. Okay, and obviously dumplings are very important to this recipe as well. You're totally welcome to make your own homemade dumplings. However, for this dish, I'm going to use these soup dumplings from the company called Mila. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't love these dumplings on their own. They have a lot of hype and other people seem to really love them. Maybe I'm kind of alone in that. I don't know, my husband doesn't love them either. And we're huge dumpling people. We love dumplings, but we just don't love these ones. But with this soup base, it's so good. And I honestly think it's because the dumplings don't have a ton of flavor in and of themselves, but when you put them in the sauce, they do have flavor. So I don't know, maybe I'm talking you guys out of getting these dumplings. I do love these dumplings for this sauce specifically. Here is what they look like. Okay guys, so like I mentioned, this recipe really is super easy. All we're doing is just combining the sauce ingredients into a saucepan. And then once it's combined, we are going to put our dumplings right on top. We're gonna put a lid on, allow everything to simmer together so that the frozen dumplings can cook. Really, it's seriously that easy. So first we're gonna start by combining our heavy cream and water, and then from there we'll add the garlic, the honey, the gochujang, and the soy sauce. So first let's start off with the water. Then next we are going to go ahead and pour in some heavy cream. We're gonna do about a cup. Then we're gonna go in with our soy sauce. Okay, and then I feel like whenever I make this recipe, people always ask in the comments, what if I'm not a huge spice person essentially? Which if you're not, I honestly don't think this dish is spicy. Gochujang to begin with isn't crazy spicy. And on top of that, if you're worried about it, then honestly just don't add as much gochujang as I say to in the recipe. Just add it gradually and then see how your taste buds do. But we're adding the same amount that I recommend that you add in the recipe because that will give you maximum flavor. Okay, then lastly we are adding in some garlic as well as some honey. And again, if you would rather just use regular sugar, then that's totally fine too. All right, so from here you can see that the gochujang is very much in these clumps, which is normal because it's a paste. I don't know if you guys can see it super well. There we go. But we want this to essentially dissolve into the liquid. So we're just gonna stir it, kind of focusing on the big clumps, giving them some good stirs. And slowly this is going to turn into a more reddish orange color. All right, so I've addressed people that don't really have a big spice tolerance. Let's say you do and you actually want this to be more spicy. I probably wouldn't add more gochujang necessarily because I think that would alter the flavor of this a little bit too much. I'd probably instead add red pepper flakes, or you could also add gochugaru, which are Korean chili flakes. That's what it looks like. This adds a little bit more spice in my opinion than the gochujang. But honestly, I love spice, but I feel like this is the perfect level of flavor and creaminess. So I personally wouldn't touch it, but again, you're totally welcome to if you want. So this is turning more of an orange color, which is great, sort of reddish. We want that. All right, so now that the sauce is combined, I'm going to add in the soup dumplings. All right, and now what we are going to do is we are going to let them simmer in here for a little bit just so the dumplings can cook. All right, she's done cooking, so we are going to take out the lid and see how she's doing. Time for my favorite part, eating. That was literally so good. Wow. I was gonna save some for my husband coming home from work soon, but I might just eat all of these by myself. It's so good. This just works so well together. And the sauce. Another thing I forgot to mention is if you're interested in having more spice, as opposed to gochugaru, I might even recommend actually using chili crisp. Guys, I have tried like almost every chili crisp out there, and I like this one the most as far as spice level goes. This is Fly by Jing's extra spicy chili crisp. They have a few other flavors and they're all really good, but if you want something spicy, this one is so good. And this is what we're gonna use to top our dumplings on at the end. Okay guys, thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. I post Asian weekly long form videos on YouTube. I also post daily recipes on Instagram and TikTok as well at Kay the Foodie. If you're interested in making this recipe at home, make sure to visit my blog, curiedefoodie.com. I also have the exact link in my caption below, as well as links to the recommended products if you're interested in that as well. But for now, I will see you guys next time.